Good morning. It is October the 7th, 2016, and this is probably the biggest news day of the month because treasuries have been sold all the way down into this news. The trade with the most potential is getting long right here at the market before the news in anticipation of a relief rally. Right now the consensus is 170,000 non-farm payroll, greater than 200,000 market sells, less than 150 market rallies. Unemployment 4.9, that could be pretty easily come in 4.8 the way the government does their numbers. Hourly earnings plus 0.3. The default has always been plus 2. Work week 34.4. I think wholesale trade today on one service minus 0.1, and then Baker Hughes at 684. That could come in higher than forecast. So the focus is right here, and if you know the news, you have the trade. The way we recommend taking the trade, there's two ways. Let's say the market goes up. On the first news, we got the value area low. We've got the mode mean, the value area high. The most aggressive entry is at the mode mean on a limit buy. You lean against the one that's closest. Value area low would be the second, and then the third point would be where the news hit. Now, that requires a nimbleness. Usually, you let the first 45, 30 seconds, minute go by for this number to become defined, and then you jump in, and then in that case, the market has to take out that price point right there, extend the range, or you exit your trade. So, this requires quickness. You have to be nimble to take that approach. The other approach is let the news get out of the way. Let the market move into development, and then trade the developing mode plus or minus 3 ticks on the 10-year. Kind of take a scalper's approach to trading. So that said, right now resistance starts at 130. So without news, we would be selling 31s to 03. This is without news. 7 to 11. On the buy side, we'd be buying the 24, 28 area. Like to get it done closer to 24, obviously. And then 17 to 21 for buy 2. This is without news, but those price points should work for us as potential resistance and support. Looking at the ZB, we have the buck really as high as 08. So 4 to 8 is number 1. Make 11 to 15, sell 1. 23, 27, sell 2. On the support side, 20 to 24, number 1. Buy 1, 13 to 17. Buy 2, 1 to 5. Okay, last night there was a flash crash in the British pound from 126 to 120, and then it came back up. That's being cited as a reason for the strength in gold, and it would be as good a reason as you could get for the strength in gold. You just don't get that kind of play. So this market will react to the news also. It'll have as big a move as the bonds will, relatively speaking. So we have a very clean break in the market in the 65 area. So resistance starts at 60. So first sell is 60, 62. This is without news. Second sell is 65, 67. On the buy side, 50 to 52. Then 45, 47. We bust 50, and 50 becomes resistance. Next stop structurally is 12.35. The euro will react. Again, forecast roughly at 170. Comes in greater than 200,000. The euro will tank. Comes in less than 150. The euro should rally. And we have the London low at 35. And we got the Globex high at 82. So 80 to 90, sell one. 112.15, 25, sell two. On the buy side, 11.50, buy one. 11.20 to 30, buy two. Okay, crude came off overnight. Okay, crude last night we were hoping to sell the 50 to 75 area, right where we closed. Market looked pretty strong. The high was 70 to 75, and so far the low is 50. So we have a buyer at 50, and we got a seller at 50.75. So 50.75, 51, sell one. 51.50, 51.75, sell two. We'll play for stops above that contract high right there. On the buy side, 49.75, 50, buy one. Then 49, even 49 and a quarter, buy two. Consensus is right now that there will be production cuts. It's part of the normal maintenance that Saudi Arabia puts on this time of year, get their wells going. Nobody's reading a lot into it, but everyone expects that OPEC will be cutting, and that some sort of deal will be made with Libya, Nigeria, and Iran exempted from it. The trick always is, will they adhere to it or pump as much as they can? Okay, on the E-mini on the plays, a limit buy or sell 10 points away, or on a stretch 15 on the news is one way to play this, to fade the move. And if it doesn't extend that high that is made off the news announcement, you usually have a pretty good trade. Right now, resistance is at 65 and supports at 40. 35 for sure, so 35 and 65 is the range that we have right now. And you can see that we won. I mean, it's tightening. We're looking for a new move out of this 2150 area. And based on fundamentals, you'd guess lower. But that doesn't mean anything these days. So without the news, and again, they're looking for 170, 4.9, That's the big news, 4.9%. You can get a whipsaw off of that. Then plus 0.3 for hourly earnings. Work week 34.4. They do use the work week to cross-check the first two numbers. Baker Hughes 684. Last week's number could be higher. And then one service was carrying wholesale trade at minus 0.1. So right there's your news focus. Right now, without news, we'd be trying to sell the 54, 56 area, 59.61. Right now, if the a 10-point fade would have you shorting at 61 right before the news, and then you'd have a limit buy at 41. That would be a 10-point bracket. And that usually works out pretty well. That's pretty much where it is. 45, 47 for buy one, and then 40 to 42 for buy two. So without the news, 40 to 45 is support, 55 to 60 is resistance. We'll be back on the news. We'll take that mode mean trade. We'll try to get it done in 2 contracts, so we'll give you the numbers, and then we'll talk through them. And it does require nimbleness. It is a higher risk trade than normal. Keep that in mind. Back with you on the news.